Hello everyone, this is CY. Once again, thanks for joining me today. This afternoon, we're going to do an unboxing of DF64P. I know it has been done um, from other YouTube channels or other online platform, but um, we just shipped this unit to from our warehouse to our showroom, and then as we have been doing all the DF64 series crown grinders, so I think it is good that we also do a quick unboxing and then the first look of the grinder. Yeah, it's a little bit late, but then I still want to do a video to record, my progress of using the different generations of the DF64. Right. So without further ado, let's do the unboxing and hope you liked today's video. Right. So this is the DF64P grinder. I believe the unit I'm having here is the black color unit. Right, let me do an unboxing and then show you guys what's inside there. Okay, let me get a pen knife. The boxes is definitely smaller than the DF64 because the grinder, the DF64P or E grinders are smaller as compared to the DF64. It weighs less, and then it doesn't have the tilt anymore. It is actually this a vertical version. Right, so let me take the grinder out. Okay, when you take out the grinder, be careful. Because the grinder weight, because it's vertical, hence therefore the weight is focused on either the left side or the right side, depending on how you place your box. You'll be, of course, will be heavier on the side whereby the grinder is sitting on. So when you lift up the grinder, do be careful. Right, so this is the usual way that I usually unbox my grinder. Right, so I'll just leave it up. Okay, so let's open this grinder and see what's inside there. Okay. Right, so yes, this is the black color version. Standard, it comes with an Allen key, so I better put this away. It comes with some sort of a collar, right? Extended aluminum collar. So let's put this aside. Um, oh, this bellow is very similar to the one on the DF83, right? This is the slightly different kind of design, right? You can see that this is from the DF64E and this is from the DF64P, right? And the DF64P share the same bellow design as DF83, right? So this is very different, right? Not too sure what's the purpose, but by reducing the size of this, the end that is facing the burr, I believe you are generating a greater pressure when you do the bellowing. So I suppose this will probably be better if you do single dose. And you can see that the package is smaller than the DF64E because it doesn't come with a hopper, right? So let me put this aside. In the standard, it comes with a plastic dosing cup. And many of my customers ask, what is actually this? Right, this is the extra sleeve, right? That's actually slip on like a sock that slip on to your portafilter holder, right? So it provides a grip so that your portafilter will not vibrate out. Give you something like a cushion. So as usual, our version in Singapore is the UK 3-pin plug. Right, so that's the UK 3-pin plug. And also it comes with a brush for you to do some cleaning. Right, so let me take out the grinder and show you guys how it looks like. Okay, so basically this is the DF64E. Right, in comparison to the DF64, right, the circumference is definitely smaller and it is definitely weight definitely lesser. I think on the box it stated that Uh, the DF64P actually weighs only about 6.5 kg, right? I think the DF64 actually weighs around 7 kg, right? So now it comes, you can see that the rubber sleeve, you actually give one extra pair, and both the top and bottom have the sleeve actually put on already. And similar to the DF64E, right? The cable is also adjusted to the right hand side, and then of course the power button is also on the right hand side. The grind adjustment ring is similar to the one on the DF64P, right? The only difference is it doesn't have the electronic counter, and then it doesn't come with a bellow. It doesn't come with a hopper, right? But I believe the hopper is switchable, right? So from the DS64E version, right, you can actually put this on, right, and you can actually install the hopper if you have both the version, right. You can use one for filtered or this can't really grind filtered coffee. I'm sorry, right. So it's espresso dedicated because the range is actually pretty small. And the espresso range is wide, but then it doesn't give you enough range all the way to filter coffee. So this is more towards the espresso dedicated grinder. And also, I believe the closest you go is probably the mocha pot kind of grind setting, right? That's the best, the closest you ever go on this grinder, right? So let's plug in the grind. Oh, by the way, this grinder comes with standard ETA mill, right? So let's open this grinder and see the bro set that's inside there. Okay, the exactly the same, right? In terms of the the position of the screw and the position of the indentation. I think one of my subscriber asked me, is it easy to actually take out the wood from the upper bulk area, right? This is something that I need to explore because I can see that this walnut cover is not a single piece of walnut, right? It's actually joined together, right? You can see there's a joint here, right? You can see that this is of two different color. So if I force to push this out, right, this actually may crack. So I don't recommend that you remove this walnut holder that actually hold the upper bulk area, right? Of course, this comes with the standard ETA mill, right? So basically, and the exit chute, right? Let's check out the clumper, right? And let's take a look at the inside to see whether this is actually similar to the, I mean, the declumper is similar to the one on the DF64P. Let's get a screwdriver. There should be one more screw. Okay, let me see whether there's anything. Oh, there's actually no. Okay, let me see. Uh, Let me see where to remove this. Interesting. This exit chute is not able to remove. Oh, okay. Okay, let me see. There's actually no screw attached. Is it a sliding out version? Okay, let me try. Okay, I do not want to force this open. Okay, let me try to take this out. Okay, so I have already taken this out. There's no screw attached. Basically, it is friction grip, right? So when you take out, you just have to slowly wriggle it out of the place, right? So there's nothing actually, no screw that actually hold on to this. So yep, so that's how this grinder is actually being assembled. So basically it's just an external metal part. This is actually metal, right, that cover the exit chute, right? So yep, so I believe this is also aluminum, right? Okay, so since this is already out, right, let's just unscrew the two screws there, and then let's check out what is actually the declumper inside there. Okay, I will try to be very careful because I do not want the declumper to drop inside the grinder, like my first video when I do the unboxing of the DF64E. So I use the other hand to hold on to the exit chute, put my fingers underneath, and then okay, the screw is not totally unscrewed yet. Okay, let me try to unscrew the whole thing. Okay, push back again, right? Okay, should be totally unscrewed. I use my pinky because my fingers is too fat. Oops. Okay, yes. So as you can see, right, it still comes with two layers of the clumper, right? The same as on the DF64P, sorry, DF64E, and also it's the same on the DF64 version 4, right? Okay, so let's install this back, and then let's test the grinder. And yes, the inside, you can see the motor, right, is actually exposed. I suppose this is actually done to cool the grinder more effectively, right? Because inside there's not much space. So in order for the motor to cool, right, it needs some space inside there. And that's also the reason why the body of the grinder will feel warm and probably get hotter, right? If you use the grinder to grind consecutively, right? So the body of the grinder does feel hotter, right? If you do consecutive grinding, right? So remember the order, right? This will face the inside and this will face the outside, right? So make sure the order is correct. Okay, let's try to install this back. Before installation, right, I want to make sure that the exit hole, right, it actually matches the declumper opening. So just put it over, right? Yes, I think it is covering exactly at the center, right? And then I'll use, remember my fingers is too fat, so I have to use my pinky. And then you can see that I put my thumb underneath because I do not want the declumper to drop out. Okay, get my screwdriver and then screw in on both sides. Do not screw in one side all the way, right? Otherwise, right? Okay, let me try to screw it back in. Okay. Okay, I think one side is in. Okay. Okay. So one side is in. Okay. The other side is that the screw is not horizontal, so I need to tilt it slightly, unscrew it, and then okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I think it should be in already. Okay, my screwdriver is not biting onto the screw really well. Okay, let me change the size if there's a need to. Okay, let me change one size smaller. Nope. This is interesting. This seems to be working the best. I believe the screw is not biting. Okay, so I probably have to unscrew this on this side. You can see that the chute is slanted to one side. Okay, so this is the finicky part about the new DF64E or F, right? If you are going to take out the declumper, do be careful. Okay, so make sure everything is in the center. This is weird, right? Okay, this side of the screw is not biting onto the let me see. Sorry you have to waste time watching me doing this. You have to get it correct in position, right? Otherwise, it will not be able to screw in properly. Okay, finally I get it, right? Sorry for the wasting of time here. Okay, yep, I believe it's already in. Okay, don't have to over tighten. Okay, just tight enough, right? And then you can see that the nose now is exactly at the center. And then we got to fix this back, right? Remember, this is just friction grip. Okay, and that's it. Yep. And then we put on the two screws on top. Okay, so secured. And always remember, right, these two indentation here, right, has to cover these two screw holes. Use the Allen key provided. Okay, you can see that I did not tighten the left hand side. I'm just going to screw all the way in until it is going to be tight. You're going to feel the tightness in screwing the screw on both sides, right? And once it's there, I will slowly tighten on both sides equally. Right, switch on to the longer side and make sure it's tightened. Okay, so I think the grinder is connected back. I mean, screw back properly. and then let's install whatever that's on top. Right, so the bellow that comes with it, right, should fit nicely on top, right? And I believe this is actually an extender so that it can actually hold more beans, right? I believe this is placed this way, and look at this, there's actually anti-popcorn here, right? So this extended collar has a built-in anti-popcorn device here, right? Right, and then you install your hopper on it. Okay. Now it makes sense because the bellow design will load directly. The beans will reach directly, hitting the anti-popcorn, and then it will slide down. Right. So let's see how it works. Right, and with the cover on. Right. Okay, not too bad. Let's connect the power and test the grinder. Okay, it comes with an extended uh, collar to actually bring the plastic dosing cup closer to the exit chute. So I'll be using the one that came with my DF64E. Okay, so the tolerance is pretty tight. So you need to put on the collar first, then you slide it in, right? And this is how you should do assemble your grinder. Okay, let's throw some beans inside and test how well it grinds. Right, the on-off button is controlled by the button at the side. Okay, let me turn the grinder and show you. Right, so you can see this is the only on-off switch. So you switch power on here, and you power off, right? So let's slowly adjust the grind adjustment all the way to the finest to see whether the two burr actually touches. Uh, don't do this at home if you are no. You don't have to switch on the power to test. You can always take out the collar, right? Do it the safe way, right? Okay. Uh, turn to the final setting and use your finger to turn, right? So you can see that I do not hear the burr touching, which means to say that the 0 point is not at the final setting, right? And in the next video, and then probably the next few video, I will take out the bottom and then do the adjustment again so that the two burr will actually touches. So I know exactly that is actually the 0 point. Currently, this is the not the 0 point, so I do not know how far away is this from the 0 point. But let's see how well it grinds. Okay, so let's dose about 17 gram as usual. Right, so I'm going to use again the Thomas bin seller. Right, okay, let's pre-measure the coffee to see whether it's already pre-measured 17 gram, but we want to make sure that it is actually 17 gram. So let's just pour the bean inside. Oh, okay. Yep, exactly 17.0 gram. So I'm going to expect some retention because the grinder is brand new, so it's going to retain a little bit. Let's adjust to maybe 20 and see what's the grind, how coarse or how fine the grind is, right? And take a look at how well it grinds. Switch on the grinder. Okay, so I should have timed how long it takes to grind about 17 gram. So let's do the measurement and see how much coffee do we actually get. Okay, let's zero out my other dosing cup. Okay, then let's put on the grind that we have just grinded. right, it's about 16.6 gram. So as a brand new grinder, right, it retains about 0.4 grams of coffee. I would say that it's pretty good for a single dose grinder. Remember, every time we start a new grinder, there's definitely the coffee is definitely going to get to fill up all the gaps, all the gaps around the grinder, and also you will fill up the screw holes and everything. So it bound to have some retention. So let's grind another 17 gram, and then we see how much are we getting out and how good or how bad is the retention. So let's again measure this. Okay, this is 17.4 gram, right? So let's grind and see how well it goes. Remember, you have to put on the collar first, then you insert. Right, the static issue seems to be not a major issue on this grinder because of the, excuse me, because of the extended collar. Switch on the grinder. There's still some beans. Can hear the beans is still moving inside. Okay, there's one bean that's actually spinning inside and it is not grinding. Okay. Okay, finally it's done. So of course this burr set is the standard ETA mill, right? What I've installed on my DF64E is actually the DLC burr, right, which is more expensive than the ETA mill. And apparently the coefficient of friction on the DLC burr is lesser than the one on the ETA mill. So yep, so I believe on the DF64E it grind much faster as compared to on the DS64P. Of course, I will not be fair to say that because that the burr set is actually different, right? So there's a DLC burr and this is actually the stock Itamil. Right, so again, let's weigh the coffee. Right, I still prefer to switch on or off the button with the electronic dosing. Right, I don't really like the push button there. Okay, that's my personal preference. Okay, so let's see. Okay, 16.5. 16.5. Ah, okay. That's quite a big retention here. Right? Did I get something wrong? Yep, it's zero out. 16.5. Yeah, that means that I've dosed 17.5 grams, right? And now only 16.5 grams coming out. So there's about 1 gram of retention for the second shot. And this is really surprising because normally the retention will improve and you get lesser and lesser as you grind, right? But it seems that the second one, the retention shoots up. So let's try to bellow out a few more times by switching on the grinder. Yep, there's no more coffee coming out. So, yep, 16.5. So there's a 1 grams of retention. So I think my bean seller has got one more shot of pre-weigh coffee, right? So let's try to do one more time, right, and see what's the problem here. Right, this is 17.1 grams of coffee, right? So again, right, I have to put on the collar first. Right, but I have to say that the static issue is reduced drastically. by bringing this closer. Now the coffee doesn't get out. All right, so let's grind the coffee. Okay, so I have really tried to purge out as much of coffee as I can. So now let's weigh the coffee. Right, it's 16.6. So there's still about zero point 0.4 or zero point 0.5 grams of retention on this grind. 0.4 grams of retention, right? So yep, this is actually from the DF64P, right? Of course, the burst is not seasoned yet, and I hope the retention will improve as I use this grinder every day, right? As I grind more coffee with this grinder, and I will definitely monitor the retention of this grinder. Right? Okay. Right. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video about unboxing of the DF64F in the black color version. The body is matte, really matte finishing. It has a kind of a texture kind of feeling. A bit grainy. It's really matte. And on the DF64, on the on the white color version, it is smooth, right? And it is slightly glossy if you are choosing the white color. So this is the white version is actually slightly glossy, and the black version is actually matte, right? And the body of the grinder is actually getting warm, right? It is not hot to the touch, but it's definitely getting warmer and warmer, right? And I have only dosed about 3 times, right? So this is the and I hope it give you an idea about the DS64P grinder versus the E, which I've done 2 or 3 videos before, right? So I hope this will give you some good information if you are considering to buy the DS64P or the E version, right? So this is EY once again. Thanks for joining me, right? I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and I will try to make more videos as and when I can, and I'll see you very soon. And then New Year is coming, so I'm going to wish you a happy New Year, and stay tuned for more videos. Of course, do subscribe to my channels, like my videos, and then ring the bell if you don't want to miss anything that we post. So see you once again. Stay safe.